Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD and I'm back with another quick video. And today's video, kind of want to talk about a few different topics, but I want to try to tie it all into one thing. I want to talk about having an abundance mindset, staying away from having that scarcity mindset, but while also keeping a minimalism mindset as well. So before we get into the video, if you guys are interested in fitness, health, overall growth content, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. But let's get back into the video. I'm back out here at the beach again. You know, I've made it in my last few videos, or a couple videos I've made recently, talk about how I like to tap in and connect with nature on a daily basis. And most of the time that involves being outside, working out at the park, or just coming down here to the beach, jumping in the water, chilling, whatever that may be. Basically, I wanted to talk about the way that we spend money and the things that we spend money on. So, and how that ties into minimalism. And when I think of abundance mindset, I don't think of somebody who just has a bunch of stuff. So I don't think of somebody who's, you know, riding around, who has a ton of expensive cars, or a ton of expensive jewelry, or a ton of, you know, whatever it is, material that you might be into. What I think of is somebody who's not penny pinching, who's willing to spend money, who's willing to give energy, who's willing to do things, and they're not worried about getting that back. Because the thing is, when it comes down to penny pinching and when it comes down to having that scarcity mindset, a lot of times we'll be scared to spend money, we'll be scared to do things because we're worried about getting that money or that time back or whatever it may be. And I think that's the thing that we need to get away from, because one thing I've noticed in my life is that whenever I need money, you know, whenever my back's up against the wall, I figure out a way to get it. So, you know, with that being said, you know, when it comes down to things that I think are extremely important to spend money on, and things that are extremely important to have quality products, quality experiences, you know, quality services, whatever it may be, you know, I'm in the mode where I'm not worried about spending money on that. You know, if it comes down to, you know, living in a nice environment, you know, whether that's the place that you live in terms of the location, or whether that's the apartment that you live in, or whatever it may be that's important to you, spend the money on it. If it improves your quality of life, you need to spend the money on it. If it comes down to, you know, eating organic groceries, or going to eat quality food opposed to, you know, eating non-organic or GMO stuff, or, you know, low budget food like fast food and things like that, you need to spend the money on it, because you're going to get it back tenfold. And even more than that, really, because when it comes down to like a lot of things that we're putting in our body, that directly affects our health. So if we compound it over time and we're eating all these unhealthy foods just because they're cheap, you know, that's going to lead to an early demise. But on the other end of the spectrum, you know, if you're getting quality foods, organic stuff, you know, when you do eat out, you eat at a nice place where you know that the ingredients might be fresh. You know, the people are cooking with, you know, some love. It's not just fast food workers putting negative energy into the food. You know, nothing against fast food workers, but just, you know, that environment is toxic, you know, all the way around. From the quality of the food, from the quality of the product. You know, people don't necessarily always want to be at those jobs, so they're not really putting any type of, you know, positive energy into preparing your food. So when it comes down to these types of things, I think I'm wholeheartedly, you know, in favor of spending money on quality things. But I'm not necessarily somebody who's in favor of spending money on an abundance of material items. You know what I mean? I don't really think that really ties into an abundance mindset. So, I mean, it can, I guess, you know, for you or for maybe whoever. But for me personally, that's not necessarily what I think of when I think of an abundance mindset. I think of scarcity and abundance of, you know, the worry of lack versus, you know, the knowledge that you know that you're always going to have, you know, enough, and even more than just enough. So recently I've made a couple, you know, purchases on experiences that I'm going to be doing in the future. I'll let you guys know this. I've been living in Hawaii for 4 years now, but I'm getting ready to move pretty soon, and I'm getting ready to move to a new destination. And for me, you know, I wanted to do it right. So, you know, some of the things that I've spent some money on in order to move to this new destination, you know, I didn't penny pinch on it. You know, I wanted to make the experience right. I want to do it right, because, you know, my belief system is that it's all going to pay out in the long run. And all these things that I'm spending money on, I'm going to get that money back and more, tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. You know, and all the energy that I'm putting out and all the energy that I'm putting into this move and these moves that I'm making in life, you know, all these things are gonna pay off. They're all gonna pay off, and they're all gonna make me a better person. They're gonna, you know, cultivate more positive energy. I'm gonna have more positive experiences. I'm gonna, you know, be bringing more positive people into my life, and it's all gonna be worth it. You know, I think that a lot of times when we're worried about money too much, you know, and worried about if we're gonna be able to make it back, you know, that's where we can kind of get ourselves into, you know, some problems. What they say, you know, some people say scared money don't make no money, you know what I mean? Or, you know, you got to take risks in order to, you know, fortune favors the bold, all these different sayings, you know, and, you know, they're all true, because we have to take risks in life in order to, you know, get that reward. And if we're scared with our investments, and it doesn't necessarily need to be money per se, but if we're scared on what we put our energy into, you know, then we're never really going to get the type of quality that we can get back. It's kind of like money is just another form of energy, you know, and we're putting our energy, which is that money that we have, that we've gained, we're putting that energy into a service, a product, an experience, whatever it may be. And, you know, we have to get something back from that product or that experience or whatever it may be. And, you know, it's basically an energy exchange. And the same thing could be said if you're going into a relationship. If you're going into a relationship with a scarcity mindset, or you're going into a relationship with an abundance mindset, it can make a complete difference in terms of how successful that relationship turns out. Because if you're always worried about, you know, if your significant other is going to cheat on you, or if you're always worried about, you know, if you're good enough to, you know, hold on to this person, or, you know, if you're single and you're always worried about, you know, if you're going to be able to find somebody, you know, odds are that, you know, a lot of these negative things might actually end up coming true, because you're putting so much energy into that negative mindset. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, you know, if you have that abundance mindset where, you know, you have enough self-belief in yourself to where, you know, you're a single person and you just know that a quality person is going to come to you. Or if you're in a relationship and you have such high regard for yourself that you can think to yourself, well, I mean, look, if, you know, my lady wants to go out there, if she does deal with somebody else, she's going to realize that, you know, whoever these people are out there that she kind of is curious that she wants to mess around with or whatever it may be, they're not me. You know what I mean? You have to have that mindset that, you know, you're one of one, that there's no replacement for you. So if somebody else is out there and they, you know, I'm kind of getting off topic at the same time, but this is some real stuff. You know, if somebody wants to, you know, test the waters out, or if they want to, you know, break up with you and try something new, they're not going to be able to replace you, because you have so much self-belief in yourself. And, you know, you're such an amazing person. You've been putting the work in. You've been doing all the things that you're supposed to do, that, you know, you tell somebody good luck if they want to do that. But that's having that abundance mindset to where you're not even really thinking about it. You're not worried about it. You know, a lot of these worries and these fears and this anxiety that we might build up, you know, when it's spending money, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's trying to find a job or a career or something like that, you know, if you're thinking on a negative wavelength, a lot of times that negativity is going to come to fruition. And if you're thinking on a positive tip, that positivity has no choice but to come to fruition, especially if you don't give up and you don't quit. So anyways, guys, I just kind of wanted to make a video talking about that. Me and my homeboy G, we were chopping it up about, you know, just making different types of purchases. I keep it real with you guys. I'm moving out of the country pretty soon, and you know, I was just looking around at ticket prices or whatever, you know, and I got spoiled from working at the airlines and just, you know, buying or just flying first class all the time. And, you know, the place that I'm getting ready to move to, you know, I wanted to make sure that I went out there and I did it the right way. So I went ahead and purchased a first class ticket or a business class ticket out there. And the funny thing is that, you know, I actually was comparing the prices to a lot of the economy tickets, and on most days the economy tickets were just as expensive as this business class ticket that I purchased. I mean, but yeah, man, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for this video. You know, don't hold back when it comes down to spending on quality experiences, you know, quality foods, you know, quality services, whatever it may be, and even quality material products as well. So if you guys are gonna be living that minimalistic lifestyle, it's better to have a few quality things than abundance of junk. You know what I mean? Like, that abundance of junk is just a bunch of baggage that's holding you down. But when you have those few quality items, you know, whether it's clothes, whether it's shoes, whether it's whatever. Me and my homeboy G was talking about this the other day too, and just talking about everything that you know, purchase on a material tip, that needs to be something that has a purpose. So if you're buying shoes, they need to be a running shoe, or maybe, you know, a shoe that specifically has a certain purpose for things that you know, do on a regular basis. You can't just be going out buying things willy-nilly, buying things for no reason just because they're on sale, or buying something just because you think it looks good at the moment. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys are interested in personal online coaching as far as fitness and health, and even some, you know, just chopping it up with me on some game, you can do a consultation with me. You can book a free consultation with me for 15 minutes, but if you want anything other than that, I have a paid consultation on the website as well. Also, I do one-on-one coaching. You can check out some of the memberships I have on my website. Also, I have some workout programs as well you can check out, and some ebooks. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.